Alright guys, welcome back to the channel as always. We're going to go ahead and put a drive shaft saver in my 21 SRX Sidewinder and do a drive shaft bearing inspection on it. This is my first time doing one of these on a Sidewinder. So it looks like first things first, we got to get these foot guards out of the way. And I also have a Precision EFI belt guard in here. That thing is great. I torque popped the belt last year, saved the belly pan. So let me get this belt guard out of here, get these off camera, and then we'll figure out how to get the caliper and the rotor off and see what we got going on. Alright, I got these pieces out of the way here for the footrest. I got my belt guard out of the way, so I'm gonna go ahead and looks like loosen up this caliper, and there's a snap ring here on the rotor. And we'll see how we can get this out. Like I said, it's my first time, so let me see what the best way is going to be off camera, and I'll get back to you guys on how I did it. Now, I did want to mention something. Remember in the beginning of this video I was saying about having a belt guard? Well, look at this. Right here. It's all dented and banged up. That's exactly why I have that. If I didn't have that on here, this piece of plastic right here on the side, it would have been blown out with a nice hole in it. I'm sure that piece of plastic is not cheap. Alright, let me get the caliper off and see what we got going on in there. Alright, we're back. I took the three 10mm bolts out of the back side of the caliper housing. I'm not sure if you can see in there. There's three of them. I took the snap ring off of here, and it looks like this is going to slide right off. I may have to mess with the brake line a little bit, maybe not. I need both of my hands. Oh, it's going to slide right off. So I'll get that out of there. We'll take a look at the bearing. It doesn't look like my bearing's been spinning around the drive shaft, thank God. It's a common issue on these. Wanted to mention, all these bolts that hold these foot pieces on, they're just T25s. And these are the bolts that come out of the back of that brake caliper housing. Let me get this off. We'll do an installation video on the drive shaft saver. As you can see, I got the brake caliper and the bearing out. I'm going to go ahead and very gently pick this seal out. I'm going to clean it up first. Duh. Sometimes I get a little ahead of myself. You don't want all this garbage falling in the bearing. Alright, very gently pick the seal out. Just like that. And I'm very surprised. The sled has almost 3,000 miles on it, and with all the issues I hear online of the bearing failure, the bearing looks actually really good. I'm debating if I want to pack a little extra grease in it or not, and I'll figure that out in a minute. So I just wanted to show you guys how it looks. So, alright. Here we have it. I did add just a little bit of extra grease, not too much. Too much is no good. Pop the seal back in here. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and get the Barna Parts drive shaft saver opened up and start putting this back together, and I'll go over the details of putting in the drive shaft saver. Alright, here we have the Barna Parts drive shaft saver. They want you to go ahead and put grease on these fingers. They set a little on the underneath the bolt here, and on the threads too, on the bolt head and on the threads. And then in the machine, you're going to want to torque it down to around between 30 and 40 foot-pounds until it expands the drive shaft where the bearing's no longer turning around it. I'm going to install mine off camera, and I'll show you what it looks like after it's installed. And here we have it, the Barna Parts drive shaft saver installed. Travis pointed out in his video from Barna Parts that you want to make sure your rotor still has float so it moves. If it doesn't, you're going to have to tap this further in the shaft. You want to expand the part of the shaft out where the bearing rides. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll be coming back at you with another video. I got some issues with my header. Long story, we're going to go over the whole situation with it. I got a video I still need to edit to post about doing my valve cover gasket. I'll get that posted. I'm going to get the skid back in this. As you can see, I still have it out. I'll get that back in there. I'm going to be doing a little review on this belly pan cleaner after I get my header back on the sled before I put the seat and everything on. I have a new gas tank coming too. Got melted from the header. We'll go over all that. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. See ya.